Afu ma mention se fanfiri hon mam Omampeni no and common chuchu on BBC chuchu very interesting revelations. When Ghanaians are talking about say the poor and they're contributing more money to say the doctor about Baobia Kai and say here fonti say a taxi. The president saw industry. Does it mean say the vice president as a head of economic management team was not visionary enough to see say Momo account alone is an industry. It's an industry. And I say a president and because over ambition. Onu who say normal account no a industry to mine.
Some me that's be mama fa original TV. Fidikesi so na me fa nchia ahwefo. Ah satem yanka so moda. Omagimre na omude hwen. Ada side of the world in so ebi so ayano pa ma won almost wajemre almost so ehwen. Sami president really spoke. Na me start every actually kakra na media ba anim. You heard His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia okasa o Peace FM, and he indicated that there was no need to tax Momo users. But you see, ne specification na okano. He said categorically say Momo use Momo no they are poor. That was what he was looking at, the category. Myself. Entino, when you meet that kind of people, they have an elastic usage for a product. So make us say elastic usage for a product. Sound crofone, ombe to me a free product, so anytime, anyhow, I affect you. Okay. Entino, that kind of people, we don't burden them with tax. And that is an indirect tax system. Indirect tax system is geared towards people who have an inelastic usage for the product. Okay. And once they have an inelastic usage for the product, no, ema omunya we say even if the product is getting expensive, it compared to what I would have used, it is far better. Inti I would na your time the management as I say and no much chimney am I bit me a church kakra. Inti His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was of the fact that those kind of people, if you look at the economic principles, you don't have to burden those kind of people with tax. Okay. And ebeya, you don't tax them. Then President spoke at BBC to say that this is an industry that is growing. If we talk of industry, what the president wants to people to understand is that if you look at that mobile money market, which of course is an industry, you have a lot of users. And I'm happy when you were doing your presentation, you said that Bank of Ghana's own report is telling us that before it was 9.7 billion Ghana cedis. Now it is 9.4 billion Ghana cedis. It is telling us as a country clearly that that kind of industry space, is an industry space that is ripe for taxation. So if we say that industry space is ripe for taxation, what we are trying to say is say, even with the introduction of the tax, you say panic withdrawal because ye babe taxi na me sika kitikiti we dey ye then ye babe taxi me enti ye be ha me. So you look at the panic withdrawal from the service the panic withdrawal allowance was almost about 3 million Ghana cedis. Billion or million? 3 billion Ghana cedis. Okay. So once you look at the 3 billion Ghana cedis debt and gap, just opposing it with the 9.4 billion Ghana cedis, it should tell you that the mobile money market, industry space, is an inelastic consumption market. So once it's an inelastic consumption market, when you put in the tax, you will yield the results from the tax. Sammy, that's why I'm trying to say, Obi babies say, asem na wokano, eson chire mu ne sen. Sammy, we have people that now are comfortable using mobile money. The comfortability is stemming from the fact that you want crophobia. Sammy, omo ye distributors, omo ye retailers, omo ye wholesalers omo de niema call rounds kokoton using sales vans. I have one particular customer send the cars no call round that ni mobile money wallet no mo di sika to so because we do one more or say send momo. It in the mobile money wallet no mo to so no in a day he is able to mobilize 300,000 Ghana cedis onto his momo account.
Okay.
One, what happens is that
or you should receipt it ma.
Oh yes.
Utia VAT.
Yes, I mean everything is done.
Okay.
But in a day, what happens is that Seka no call round that the salesman does not handle cash.
Okay.
Okwa okotonwa. O customers need to ya sales cash sales no otuya by momo. 2, 1, he does not go to join queue to go deposit. And what happens here is that if this client is saying, I don't want to use Momo, don't pay me by Momo, you know what is going to happen? Now he has to collect physical cash from his salesmen have to collect cash. Omo collect cash now. There is the waste and necessity say a bit to me about say I'm robbers bit to me shiom okwem. Twamukafo no bit to me twam okwem. Na oma jiskane free omonsem or the car be fee. Twamukafo na ntumi antwa okwem no man fasika na be fee a. Obehwe no akwa akwaji jiska no ono a bia no wabre na wo so wankan ni yobeba no osisika ne so ate. 3 se wo so yon penny sa ade anka menya instant cash no se obeka chance okay na monje check. Se meje check am ko paying check na it has to take 3 days to clear. And the danger is that sikane wo me ho na wonje ye no se bibi ba no metumi di atoni immediate ma adwene so ma me nto ansa na wo check ne beba no na ma ton di ahyem ma anton anfa nhyem pe wo check ne beba no na abohwiem. So you look at all these disadvantage and then you juxtapose it with the benefit with paying taxes. And then what will be the benefit that you derive from it? And it is a washesa and she say we nyina. It is telling you that say me share market industry no. How are the operators, the users of that product no? Omo atinka ti say. Say omo atinka ye obi a or you're very much proactive to the fact that yes, tax no ebe ye burdensome, but yes, it will save me a lot out of other things. There is the usage. But you see, what happens is that what His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia talk about and say, don't tax Momo users. If you tax Momo users, they will move out of the industry. And you know, when we were doing the bill, no, in our wisdom, we said that Obia transaction in a day could see 100 Ghana cedis. No, we are not going to tax you. And it showed clearly that those who did not understand are the people who form the 3 billion Ghana cedis line noa and ne almost say yatiatna. They will come back to it when they realize that they are not part of the tax bracket. And then they will join up.
Unchire mo awode ema obi beka seto aso but mami misa onsemfo eba yinu bi anso wato aso. O cite example say obi a the suppliers and I say in Sylvans ekoton niama and also obi ba shop a onye physical cash na waje momo kama mebusa o say o man invoice o say yes invoice ni enim say invoice no your VAT value added tax se nipa no ade na wato keke no government no through that invoice what the tax no e dey free even the buyer any nipa no oton ade ne dey amount. So do you think it's fair say government will be abeto ade o shop invoice na the man no percentage wo ma waje na mum ba bia me di sika na eto na e save for me and my business no I will say me to tax.
Some me that be brave. You see what we are losing sight of the fact that even without the introduction of the tax, the E-Levy, na eto no na wo hodeda. Because udi wisika no ekwa akoto no na telcos no mo je 1%.
Na government so je tax wo.
Same yeti ase. Because adwuma bia we establish no, you have to pay what we call corporate tax. Corporate tax is a max you have to pay. And you know, government no urge corporate tax. The telcos that you are using their platform we're charging you 1%. And no complain. So when I hear people talking about double taxing, taxing, double route tax, tax, at the time the telcos were charging their 1%, did we see multiple taxation? No, we didn't see multiple taxation. We are only seeing multiple taxation when government now tells us that me and you, it is our responsibility to develop our own country.
Okay. Well, the same analysis I will hear. Telecommunication provided a platform. That platform was not created by the government, a telecommunication network. I don't name me business. Or make a profit from me. Profit now will make in Ghana, so make a profit, so to our tax. And the government just our tax on the free a year telecommunication network, which makes sense because telecommunication networks never complain. So why I never just any panel, would just any panel? What's that jump it? And the Abami, I won't provide any service or any platform for me to tax me. Does it mean say Momo Nasha no government will not continue to tax telecommunication networks?
So I mean that say, if you look at the telecommunication companies, somebody has created an environment for them to be able to operate. If that environment is not created for them, their operations will become difficult.
Okay.
So once the government has created that enabling environment for them to be able to operate and then operate seamlessly without a challenge, opening the airwaves for them to make sure that transactions are being done without challenges, that platform that government has created for you enables you to do your business. Again, government then goes around and say, you are using MTN. Somebody is using Airtel and Tigo, Airtel Tigo or Vodafone. Now what I want to do is that wherever you find yourself, you should be able to intertrade among these three giants.
I mean, Sambra Mobile. Say the Inchima or the Maye. Government in a critical platform and a telecommunication networks in Australia opportunity. I know my build on model now. The telecommunication networks have business with government. They pay their corporate taxes. Money, any profit or more making from me, the subscriber, me no more business. Government is taking tax out of it. Me, I don't have any business with government. The Momo platform that I'm using, and your government is creating my MTN. Government in a creative platform, and my MTN. And the MTN tuya abaneka. And I'm with tuya MTN because many MTN no business. So I didn't know what's abane jump it, and I said what GMTN. Our no creative platform, and I'm my own creative platform. I'm so by Jimmy Sika.
So Sammy, it works this way. Say, government has created an environment. Environment now government are creating. Government say, okay, I have created an environment for tobacco smokers to be able to produce tobacco for people to smoke. I am taxing the tobacco companies. But who are we smoker now per every stick of cigarette that you buy, I take some tax on it. Once I charge it and then you use the product, you pay the tax. So we are doing what we call an indirect form of taxation.
So Momo is indirect form?
Yes.
Momo.
It's a usage tax. Usage tax. So it's indirect. So when you saw those who you showed the records are the 3 billion people who have decided to stay out of Momo usage. Are they paying anything?
Okay. All right. I think that you've made your point. Let me move on to Aircabo. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia saw poverty or for that matter 2020 was saying when he has a better taxi Momo. President saw industry. And for that matter, was it the biggest industry? It's about time for us to mine. Though say the E-Levy has been approved by Parliament, our minority for court to hear him say maybe the Bekwa could see. And to say court didn't decision by ruling by young fan says it has been approved. Did the president do well in his way of explaining why the government did Momo Aba to BBC?
Same, my far platform we so chair. John Dramani Mahama. the ex-president, and inshallah, 7th January 2025, he will be sworn in as the president-elect for Ghana. Metia, the executive of NDC from national up to even the branch. Metia, my constituency chairman, Nene Kakipim, and Mami Doyo Kudu. Sammy, it looks as if the president, the policies these days, the already ban. He doesn't understand it. Why? The president doesn't understand the policies. For example, the E-Levy asema okay. Sammy, in no way will you tell me, say, the president is above and he's on top of the policy issues. Because one time can't tell me, say, E-Levy, you be no question. Or say, I'm not taxing the individual, I'm taxing the industry. Sammy, who is the industry? It's the telcos. You've already taken about 25% as a corporate tax from their 1% already. Until one mono who deal with CKBF. Now, so you realize, hey, the president himself is on the top. Until I say, I'm not taxing individual, I'm taxing the industry.
Maybe be as an expert a catcher.
Expert bay. Where a kindergarten child know the difference between an industry player within the telcos and an individual. And then in terms of the E-Levy. You are not taxing the telcos, you are taxing an individual. Many can be about elastic and inelastic. In economics, elastic you can just go out easily. Now, so inelastic, we are growing an industry. We wanted it to be an inelastic sector. No matter what you do, you are supposed to go in for a momo. And no, it safeguard a fraud so recently. No? Because most of the time, at first, Obi kita 100,000 Ghana cedis. All of a sudden, now no. But with the blink of an eye, using this momo, no, the transaction was okay. Now, Minya, are you blaming MPP and are you blaming the government, the president? Because look, even the head of the economic management team, in the person of Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, the vice president, I can say he doesn't feel say there's a sense in taxing Momo. One can say they are taxing the poor. Or see, another area kind, or see the Momo is in for the poor. So why should we tax them? He felt, say, there's no sense in it taxing the poor. What has changed? Because the fundamentals under which this administration is running this economy, it's on their knees. It's on their knees. Until the best thing that they should do is for them to look for money somewhere to bring in, to rig in some money. Sammy, offer the budget statement. They almost see E-Levy into E-Levy. Almost can say in 2022 this year they need about 6.963,386,254.
The budget is 7 billion.
With a 7 billion.
Okay.
On that was a 1.75 budget. You see the rate of 1.75. Say 1.5. You hear a simple arithmetic. They are getting about 5.9, not the 6.9. Until even so, we share the budget. There's a deficit of about 1 billion only on Momo pay. About 1 billion is gone. Moreover, because Omoko international markets, the bond market, people are not buying our bond because Ghana bond market is not attractive. Because in a sense, you can't tell me in an economy like Ghana, you are paying interest and amortization around 45 billion. Which company will give you loan? At the end of it, who say at the end of it, from their own budget statement, Sammy, Mami can't we now? Okay. Or see the total revenue will be 100 billion 516,846,109. This includes the E-Levy. This 100 billion includes the E-Levy. It is sometimes OTA MPP4. This is a new tax. We need money. Look, you've already budgeted here already. Say you need the total revenue is supposed to be 100 billion, including the E-Levy. As we speak, say compensation is taking about 35,841. Compensation. Look, why should we have a president having about 2,600 presidential staffers? 2,600. Go and find out.
Is that a fact? And I suggest
you just go and find out. At the presidency, 2,600. Didn't it look? They see every year the president need to bring in the presidential staffers. As I speak to you, or the Abba. Have you ever seen the presidential staffers? Oh, because over the budget statement now, they've made an arrangement. Moreover, you say the government is having about 1.8 million workers on Jubilee House.
1,800.
1,800. They have it already, and they need extra 6,000 something. Who they can want? It's getting to 2,000. Into why? I don't understand the president. Look, there's a more reason why compensation equal about 35 billion. Interest and amortization. 2016, Ken Oforiatta, the finance minister of this current administration, I said there's no way, and on doing say economy like Ghana should pay an interest of 10 billion. That was 2016. And then you are paying an interest of about 45.39 billion. Another one, statutory payment, and the about 31 now. We hear a simple of these three items. You are getting about 113 billion, 174, 153, 587. Even say only 100 billion, there's a deficit of about 12,657, 307. With this, we can goods and service and can't we capital expenditure and can't we. And the government say they need about 30-something billion in order to meet all the obligation in 2022. Where are they going to get the money from? Unless, look, I'm not saying say we shouldn't tax those who are not taxed. But look, what is E-Levy? My money in my wallet, you want to tax it because I prefer using electronic payment. As you said, you call your friend saying ShopRite. Usika will butu 2,000 Ghana cedis. You've purchased everything for 2,000. Who you should Usika 8 year, you don't pay anything like extra 1.5. Me use my mobile wallet. I'm supposed to pay 1.5 because I felt say, let me safeguard my money in my wallet on my Momo. I'm supposed to pay 1.5 extra. Moreover, maybe someone say, na E-Levy asema omo kano. Another way MPP for can say, E-Levy no say they are going to use 1 billion for U-Start, and I was very, very, very sad. I quite remember. I mean, say a wo say one of is it original one of the your sister station. Ebi say Pius Hadije say what is the total amount of government every month? Or say 1 billion. And Ebisan say so when they pass the E-Levy, are you going to receive the 1 billion? Or say yes, they are receiving 1 billion from the E-Levy. He had forgotten. Said the budget statement or the coin, page, hold on. On U-Start, page 250, Government of Ghana. Or say they are going to allocate 385,088,000 to U-Start. What's almost here about 1 billion. And at the next one, at the page 251, say Development Partners Fund is 614. Assume you say you met
so government, development partners, 1 billion, government contributed 300.
300. Would have finance 390. And development partners are giving you 610. What government I will say because of the youth, young pass E-Levy. Why should you give them this?
But about the ordinary Ghanaian said Momo tax, 1 billion from Momo tax is going to
call U-Start.
U-Start, okay.
Now U-Start on budget to the buyer, who a woman say it's not the 1 billion that you are getting from the E-Levy. Now so 385 million. Moreover, share Wainma. Only baby can say some then e-transaction service. Look at the amount of money allocate your friend saying e-transaction levy services. No, they are allocating amount of 241 million. The platform are using. And maybe some which platform are they going to use? We have the Ghana Revenue Service Authority, or HODADA. Nobody can tell me say this E-Levy. Assume say it go through Ghana Revenue Authority can manage this particular platform to get this money from. Now, so because of the corrupt nature of MPP, MPP, they are so corrupt to the extent say everything they want to be corrupt in it. This amount of over 241 million Ghana cedis. Most of the is transaction service. In transaction service, but which company is that? They should give it to us.
Okay.
Look, into me, every day, say the president had exposed himself on the international media.
But the people who saw performing.
Performing the way. Look, the first time a president announced any interview, a president bet me a country and interview and be say, look, you are asking a provocative questions. President of Ghana, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Maybe the question was the line of question was right.
Line of question said then. So is that the moral reason why an excellency, the man that we accorded him the excellency said, Kwabuche Maye, who say only BBC. You first say Ghana media is not okay for you. The best place will be outside. Outside so called here also. Present us with something better. Something that Obia Tiho can say, yes, my president performed better. No? You told the presenter and say you are asking a provocative questions.
Okay.
Or person say, Mpocho Etiwa baby a cafe ni one of the strong baby coach bibi kakra wo hon no. Or what is saying? The international committee are not ready for that. They want you to just answer questions.
Amanyosem djubadie e na ogusu awohwere na yetwa hutani aba ye ba yebre E-Levy nyina no ne nyina ne sika ne beba na aba ne dia ye bibi ti yetimi tuetua to no a wo se ehwe se aba ne disika ne ye de o mampeni ka kire 2017 7 January say I shall protect the public purse. Ti be so mampeni protect the public purse ana Abusi ya isa mo akwa badeba Amanyosem djumedie so original TV penyufo awa ha sei me bana me hu se kafu mu so chocho ne ama bi mema obrana watimi atisa na kabusu menya ne de ba me nka message kakra ye nua ahwefo bi so e de aba ye nua e de aba Nana from Kumasi o say mema majo o se o mampeni Nana da Akufo-Addo wadi Ghana fo hu hwamo pap wadi Ghana di no hu hwamo wa feli Ghana fo ya to aba ma no anu ye ho awa asase su pa Osimini akachire MPP ni no T studio ne se na asimo ka no entwaye so na ye nua bako de aba wo se medin di awumpini Musa wo se o chat from Tamale and no ediwe eba wo se president and then the vice president o ma disappoint Ghana for ye pa o ka kire se Ghana for etisika no ha afedis ka no bisa se sika no hemfa o se to aba ma mo so mo no mra na so mo be dada Ghana for agiye vote anomode eyom huye ene V8 enomode ne omoso mo be break 8 yo ye behwe ye nua ba akoso de aba ye nua Henry from Kasono ya ba o say papa no we defend ye E-Levy no o compare E-Levy to tobacco smokers momo subscribers o say shameless so obe compare momo subscribers to yes tobacco smokers or say shameless or say we robbery chronobo pa ye bo Ghana for no so mampeni Nana Addo ne ba omia or more administration we dey ehu nyankopon ne behu ye mbo ye nua so de aba from Sahi yes western region or de aba Emmanuel Chremantin and or de aba or say na koba se Ghana focus mobile money ne kura ye nyu subie mu na se ene banking system ne nyu subie mu a enya adwuma MPP for hemfa no de wani be kire question with me ebisa I don't know ye nua ba akoso de ba amfani di anka o si E-Levy enya de sebeboa Ghana for Kafui mu se o doti eniama down ma 4 minutes to do any rebuttal before we move on to another issue.
Yo same me that's be na mama me 4 minutes. There are few things you perceive differently. Kakra same one minute Kabu explaining no. He was trying to say the industry to which E-Levy plays in, and yet industry. Now, if that is not an industry, then E-Levy, a hefana AO pretty free. Two, or say, Dr. Bamumia said,
So we say
the platform.
Yes.
The platform is the industry. But
so
the
that is
individual, all can say the individual is not taxing an individual, but it's taxing the industry. We are going to pay for it. We are bearing the brand.
The truth of the matter is, the tax is not put on an individual.
Okay, Master, you just go ahead.
The tax is put on the usage of the product.
who are those using the product?
Those who are using the product are the lovers of the product.
And they are individuals.
Sure. So if you love the product and you go on to the product, automatically there is a tax component that you have to pay. But you see, you can say, Same, Sebio emuju kakrao na ye nuanu NDC for no na omode sa accounting to the people manifesto ni ba ye no. In their manifesto, it was a worst case scenario. Oh yes, because omode anu kwa de say they will enforce, they will migrate and enforce. Just say omode anu kwa de nki e be hye obi akete. Say ontu ya E-Levy no. Wo enti say wo de E-Levy no beba. Now would you crowd the other Baba saying Jiran Crofochi? No what chunk Crofochi pray.
Sana manifesto.
That is how it is. Opayan kaina.
Okay,
kind. You need a tea for
sure.
Kind.
I am the pa.
Kind.
Maybe can actually say.
Me more page.
Oh, me how about you? Who page in a Fabrani and kind? Who page in a Fabrani and kind? It's 8.1. No, maybe it's okay. 8.9. Maybe it's say.
Oh, search it. Na mama me say me kan Facebook comment kakra. Once I will looking for it, Say the be ya. You know mama comment to Facebook so. E betimi abo akom so adwen kirama e bi ehu enu ya. Wahu. Okay.
Oh yeah, sure.
Wahu dia yanko. Come in.
Same. Or say financial inclusion and electronic payments, fintech. 1. A higher level financial inclusion will not only benefit the poor.
Fintech near there. That's the technology, financial technology. Okay. All right.
Or say a higher level of financial inclusion will not only benefit the poor, create jobs and reduce inequality, but will also grow the formal financial sector. Currently, Ghana's percentage of financial inclusion is estimated to be 58% at the end of 2017 and expected to increase to 75% by 2023. The next NDC government will promote digital finance to drive financial inclusion and financial development.
Thank you.
Work with the various stakeholders in the financial and technological sector to collaborate and design a resilient financial system through partnership. C. Introduce uniform transaction fees to guide the electronic payment industry. D. Work with merchants to encourage their clients to pay for goods and services electronically. E. Migrate and enforce all person to government payments into the electronic payment ecosystem. And this will start with migrating all major revenue generating ventures of government into the e-payment platform, such as envisaged under the e-government projects and will be applicable in all sectors, financial and non-financial.
Yes. And to say, Abaniso be creative platform, electronic platform. Now I encourage a business to use that platform, and also. It didn't say anything about tax. Sammy, or say,
uniform fees.
Yes, uniform
fees.
Uniform fees. Who is going to pay for it?
Oh, Sammy.
Let me tell you,
because already was a fintech.
So if you are migrating and enforce everybody to be on the platform,
yes.
So migrating now enforce will be a now the abeg no we chom with pre. Some better on the platform this one. Now the uniform fees uniform fees now they ban uniform fees there.
Okay.
Can I explain?
Kabu, this is dream child. So then
there's no way where in accounting to the people, no, you can say we are going to introduce a E-Levy tax. There's no way. Look. The uniform I can. Vodafone is not charging anything in terms of a transaction. Vodafone is not charging anything. MTN is charging. It's not uniform. But because Omo the platform no, and they've marketed themselves well, no, a lot of people went in for MTN. Yes, there should be a uniformity. For example, make I say the Bank of Ghana, country say in terms of financial transactions, banks for there's a difference in it. Maybe 2%, maybe 1.5, maybe 55%, and now 0.5. We said when we come, we are going to have a uniformity in all payments. And baby, you see all transactions. Because look, as part to keep this corruptions are under this watch, under the MPP's watch. Who shared
you see explaining with you.
But I've explained it to you already. You don't need
explain.
I'm explaining things to you.
Sammy, you
because
see,
you have a problem.
Sammy,
for example, Sammy, say about it.
Oh, for 4 minutes.
Sammy, me rebata akraman ye. Me wie any time.
What the money means a time by Sammy, 1 minute.
That's Sammy, the time I want 1 minute.
My time, my mouth.
1 minute.
Me say I'm giving you a minute for
Sammy.
Say what you say.
When he was making the assertion, or say, presidency, there were 2,600 people. Now 2,600 people not so presidential staffers, no. Or no, somebody be catch and say, budget to the presidency. Or more allocate to cut to the presidency. Na ayami mobo say miami ni akabu. Na obi a wabo presidency.
I've never touched money to the presidency. Say I'll just dive into it. Into
time.
What who say? The presidency has a budget. And the presidency have several other ministries under the presidency budget.
Yes.
All these people that fall under the presidency, you know, was staff that they are recruited. It is a what now catch them say, sir, ministries, department that forms under the presidency, you know, all your staff meaning now count as presidential staff as they are. Then I don't know where your mathematics is coming from. Sammy, under the president, here we Ministry of Special Initiatives. Ministry of Special Initiatives. I'm working towards the presidency. And then Ministry of Special Initiatives. So when the work is the presidential staffer.
That's the Special Initiative Ministry under Office of the President.
Yes. Go and look at
go presidential staffer.
Sure. If you are telling me, say, Obi Ahoya Najuma. It's a presidential staffer.
Assuming because the presidential, you can't be a presidential staffer. Najuma no ye.
Sammy, in America, say, put it in the right context. Like don't put it as if say order the Ghana for say ya ko fan crofobit is a presidential staffer omunya adwuma so yefi omuka
okay makabu
say with Kafui and em say also all sweaty and any photo because there's
but Boniface na yenko another issue.
President can be on the BBC way no and I want to tell the president say so on Kitani Fata he shouldn't disgrace the good people of Ghana. President can say Ghana has a tax, the lowest tax revenue to GDP. It's a lie. Excuse me to tell the president, he lied. Look, the lowest in Nigeria, 6%. Lowest in Nigeria. Or can be said, way your friend saying Ghana. Ghana own is 12.6. Average West Africa, or say 18. It's not 18. The average is 16.6. Oba Cape 20.1, Senegal 17.6, Burkina Faso 15.5, Cote d'Ivoire 12.3, Cameroon 12.3, Benin 11.2. So why is the president telling us Ghana has the lower tax revenue to GDP? It's a lie. President had it wrong. Moreover, President Kasano.
Was it West Africa? It was specific. So West Africa.
Yeah, no. Ghana 12.6. As Ghana said, or say Ghana is the lowest tax to revenue GDP. And then because 12.6 is higher than Benin. Benin is 11.1.2. Cameroon 12.3. Cote d'Ivoire the same 12.3. Into where is it coming from? Nigeria has the lowest 6% tax to GDP, tax revenue to GDP 6%. Until the president had it wrong. Moreover, Okan Bibi said in West Africa it's not 18. Tax revenue to GDP West Africa, it's 16.6. The president had it wrong.
Be oversight.
And oversight be look, if a president and a finance minister may present it to a budget statement, one for the international community and one for Ghana. So what are you talking about? The way when in the history of Ghana, when say a budget is being presented and I are below the line expenditure. Which of the states, which country presenting budget and they will tell you say they are presenting some items below the line expenditure. How?
Okay.
Look, the economy under the leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is worse.
Okay.
And I'm ready to challenge my brother here. And then there were 1 hour.
Call President Travels, but I mean, can message kakra on Facebook na fe. Yentwa so. You positive change. Medina no dey free aba. Or say President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, aka King Agokoli. King Agokoli.
It's one of the most wicked king.
No. You can't call the president. You can't refer to the
president as a history student.
No. You cannot refer to the president as minim say or a wicked president. So may King Agokoli na film. So yet was the President Akufo-Addo will never admit or so need to send a performance enkoye or say no social media baby bia no blame Mahama sabre kwana nema bo nya din said the nema bo ase ayedi or catch the Ghana for say what they esura himamba ba asase so na so ne Ghana for to me man no heso to papa so wasa ko gina baby so abon homode yenua positive change enu free aba yewra John Fosu Italy now or Michao Nanyumi on so she says na Eric Koko so wo hwe dwumade GH Purpose Facebook ndo dey about say also my ajopo also share live from Gomwa the ramp we say MPP government we failing Ghana for papa we say na Ghana for mo chiro mo na MPP for some ba brepa some hey onya abutiro biabo nyina abam yemi akin Cliff is the other about say Ghana for mumie nya ase to abama nkokora for mamu omampeni ene mrahibedwafo nyina se nipa na nya mfinhia duosia kwa maye to aba mfa ama no yenua Prophet Dennis ewo eye Canada o se cafe die cafe uni Prophet Dennis friend answer no akọ election na on more deliverance na bibia yekoje one third victory say yekoye nim ewo ha ma menhwe ba ko bisu ha WhatsApp messages person me credit nyina frɛ na fe ye call another issue so yenu adore o se President Akufo-Addo a fairly Ghana for papa wa twe Ghana for dia koye chi amani ye hu hwe o se tobu to o mko yi free ho ye se de koye washroom obisasa aban wo ye serious de o se suhum no de efree ba ne de say Anderson and also ye MPP ni ba ma papa na want na say enhwe e ma say de nyama e court tete pansami and so see E-Levy a big problem and the man Ghana for you know they aba Samson near Raf our Canada no they aba was say you are taxing birth takers who are unemployed after this you tax them with your E-Levy double taxation double taxing the unemployed say what mucha a sports bet you win is community adwuma no mucha what tax or more scala so the 2 E-Levy onya bi no the 2 E-Levy so what's that taxing nipa no adwuma so already we taxing him you know they free a Canada day eba no we so that say MPP papa no or say MPP papa no ho ne de ni kire mu na wo kire mu no say the MPP man is just giving a layman's meaning of the term good for the terms. I say good evening though. Yeah, that's Papa. See, even your own boss, the president, once said he was misled. So I'm sure MPP man in the studio is well misled. Kafu, are you misled?
You see, they don't understand. But Sammy, the tax is on the service.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, the tax is to services. So we use
okay.
Betting, yeah, the tax at also. One could be tax.